up? It's Kills.
And this is Jared, back at it again with another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. And this one, that's all I can say. It's like,
There were some moments. Some moments.
We watched the episode Fools in April. And
the infamous.
And Neptune Spatula. I feel, the scene we'll definitely talk about. That's infamous.
Yeah.
Alright, so the synopsis of Fools in April. It is April Fool's Day in Bikini Bottom. And Spongebob, according to Squidward, that is his favorite holiday. I stand corrected. I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But according to Squidward, that is his favorite holiday. Long story short, he's going and doing his little hijinks in Bikini Bottom, like April Fools. Like, the best one, I put, you asked for a couple ice cubes and I only gave you one. It's they're just very minor jokes where it's a nuisance, it's playful, but Squidward is tired of the laughing, so he devises this giant mousetrap, essentially. It was the game of mousetrap. Like, he literally created like something so that SpongeBob, he freaking hit the post on the thing. I was about to call SpongeBob George of the Jungle. Like, he
gets caught up in a rope slung around the
dude's butt.
Oh,
jeez.
Dang.
And landed in the garbage with the green goo, and he had white stuff on his face. I was like, ew.
Yeah, that was nasty. Did him dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran out crying.
So, we'll talk about this scene first since we mentioned it in the synopsis. So, my wife is the same way too. People talk about how this is like the worst thing that Squidward's ever done. Do you think that?
Absolutely.
Interesting. Okay.
Bro, because it was just like, why did you take it there? Why did you take it there? All the pranks that SpongeBob was doing were harmless pranks.
Yeah.
And so now he just took it to another level.
I think the purpose of him doing it,
he embarrassed the out of him.
Yeah. I will say that. The purpose of him doing it, it's essentially like, oh, he's having fun, well, let me ruin his fun. That aspect, I for sure think, like, okay, like, I don't think that he should do, like, I don't know. I never saw it as, like, even as a kid and even as an adult, I'm like, that's what people put as the worst thing Squidward's done. Now, look, I can't think of anything.
You felt that impact, man.
You definitely feel when, like, it's like, wow, like, that was really rough. Like, that was, like, it was the after-school special moment where it's like, you should really feel bad about that, Squidward. Yeah. But did I personally feel bad?
I did.
Oh, I guess I have a cold heart.
Yo, that made me stop messing with Squidward for, like, a long time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was personally like, it wasn't too bad. But not like it was definitely terrible bad. Yeah. But I'm really trying to think, was that the worst thing? Like, we still have to go through every episode, but I'm thinking of the first 3 seasons. I just feel like naturally, like, when I think about like Squidward's like worst moments, I really think about his rude remarks, more savage. For sure, like when it comes to a physical activity, you know what? I'll say it. I think what he does in the Christmas episode is worse. Because he literally, like, keep in mind, I think that is more treacherous because it was the entire town of Bikini Bottom. He was mocking him. He took a picture. Yeah. He was like, it was so bad that they had the donkey on the screen twice.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing, like, and it was after that, like, SpongeBob gave him a gift. I think that's more brutal than this. This is the worst physical thing, hands down.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I was never one of those people.
Man, you just felt that impact of that, just the embarrassment.
Yeah.
And he ran out crying. He was like, dang, he did SpongeBob like that. Wow.
He got him out the trash can literally.
That was evil.
He was squeezing him out. He was like
that was evil.
Even the people in Bikini Bottom, like, there was the one person who was like, oh, this person has problems. Like, he needs to get help. I'm like, fools, jerk. And you were right though. I completely forgot that there was a dude that's like, "Boo, you stink."
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
It was Squidward's mom.
Oh well, in his vision it was because it's weird. Like we thought it was Squidward's mom. In his vision it is, but it's definitely some dude because the dude who even says April Fool's jerk, it's a different fish.
Right. Yeah.
So. Oh, go ahead.
What are your favorite jokes?
Well, I was going to ask the same thing. See, that's the thing. I put down the drink dude. So there's a moment.
That's one of my favorite. That's my favorite.
Yeah, is that yours too?
Yeah, that's one of them.
There's a moment where SpongeBob is like, can you get the customer? Can you get me like a drink with ice in it? Yeah. And like as he's drinking it, he's doing the laugh and then going stoic face. After he's done drinking it, April Fool. He said,
"What did you do to my drink?"
He had him in a chokehold. He said, "What'd you do to my drink?"
He said,
You what? You asked for a couple of ice cubes.
Man, I still would have punched him.
Yeah.
I still would have punched him in the face.
Listen. You don't mess with anybody's drink. Their food or drink, it's like, nah.
That's also the meme-worthy moment, too.
You think so?
Yeah, because I've seen that meme on Twitter where he's drinking the second time after he laughs.
Interesting.
And then he looks with his neck out, and then that's when he grabs him.
Okay. Another thing.
Very, very quick meme, though. Very quick. If you didn't know it, you would miss it.
I didn't have a meme-worthy moment in this. I was just like...
Or the prank.
Well, the prank guy for sure seemed like the rope and everything, like being spun and then like seeing that. So
because the reaction to that was... People reacted to that negatively. They did not like that.
Maybe that's why this episode was like not shown. Because Neptune...
Maybe. Because that John...
that's going to be interesting. So if you're listening to this now in real time, what we're going to do... I kind of am curious. I want to look to see like if maybe this episode was banned or pulled or like not put in syndication as much. Not just because it was a holiday, but also because they got complaints. Like, that would be interesting.
Maybe. That would be interesting to
figure
out. Another one of my favorite jokes is when Squidward is struggling to say, "I'm sorry."
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that...
Change it into his, like, I am sorry.
He said,
I'm trying to apologize. He couldn't say it. Like, wow.
He turned into a donkey.
Yup.
That was funny as hell, man.
Another thing in notes, Patrick, I completely missed this, but I'm like, this is why Patrick's the real MVP. He said, I don't know. He said he was impressed. He must have been really good because he was crying, and it just caught me. It was like, wow, he really meant to say depressed.
Bro, I did not catch that. Wow.
I'm like, wait, did I hear that right?
I did not catch that at all.
Must be impressed.
Because I was like, why did he say it must have been good? Because he's crying in there.
Legit.
I was like, what is he talking about?
Now, here's the thing. We know that scene, but what would you change?
The joke scene. Or, the prank scene wouldn't have happened.
It's brutal.
It wouldn't have happened. I would have, because that was brutal.
All right.
That was brutal.
I have and you're going to hate, I guess I have no soul then. I would change. Literally, because I'm like, it's not the worst. It's just like,
So what would you change?
I didn't like the joke in the beginning where he says this is an extreme thirst, and then he makes all the drinks, and it's like April Fools to me, and he has the mirror. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
it's just such a useless, pointless joke, and I'm just like, it's not funny. Like, it's just like, change it to something else. Like, it's also not consistent writing wise from like his other April Fool's things, like when he has the old lady and it's like, oh, can we utensils? It's like, oh, here you go. Oh, thanks, April Fools. You wanted a fork and I gave you a spoon. It's
that's a little annoying. Like, come on, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this old lady, but she walked about her business. She was like, like, imagine her trying.
They probably just tolerate SpongeBob on that day.
Legit. Like, but imagine she got a salad or something. And like, she had a spoon. I'm just like, yo.
Then I would get mad.
Yo.
Like, you playing, bro.
Yo. Yeah, we did Meme Worthy. We did change favorite jokes. So anything else before we move on to Neptune's?
Nah, we can move on.
All right. Moving along down to when I see. I thought this was a better episode.
I think it's still good. I think it saves the episode.
You think so?
Yeah, for sure.
So Neptune, Spatula, Patrick with the shirt on, may I add.
Actually, this was a harsh episode if we think about it.
You think it was too?
Think about it.
All right, well,
Neptune was going crazy on Patrick.
All right, yeah, we'll get into that too. So, SpongeBob and Patrick are going into a museum, and essentially, they look at this exhibit where it's Neptune's spatula for whoever can pull it out is a real fry cook, or the greatest fry cook in the land.
Yeah, like King Arthur.
I was just about to say, like King Arthur's Sword in the Stone. For any people who don't know, Mjolnir with Thor is another thing that's kind of similar. That's more of like what this generation is probably used to. So if you don't know Sword in the Stone, whoever pulls it is worthy, essentially. Yeah. So SpongeBob, when Patrick's about to take the picture, pulls it out. Neptune comes down. He's like, oh, like he was gutted. He said, "Where's the who pulled it? Oh, he did."
Yeah, he was going crazy on SpongeBob too.
He was ratting on him. He was flexing with Larry's ago. He chose the hot dog dude, which I'm thinking to myself, like, you think that he's more worthy than SpongeBob? Like,
purveyor of food.
He's like, oh, that guy right there. He's like, I
SpongeBob just holding the spatula.
Right, like it's clear as day, like he did it.
Right.
Patrick had the picture, like he was like proof.
Man, I love that detail.
You were right.
Love that detail.
Yep. So Neptune is obviously pissed because it's like, okay, like nobody this pathetic can like do it. I challenge you to a patty off, essentially. So they're making burgers, and this is the lesson I remember from this. Neptune makes like
he makes 1,000 burgers. Yeah, he makes 1,000 burgers.
All with magic. I'm telling you, that was a cool sequence.
It was.
And also he uses the magic to pull literally wheat from the ground and turns it into buns. He takes like lettuce and tomatoes from somewhere, but then gets a bunch of swordfish to cut it up. Yeah. And he uses the magic to like, electrocute the grill.
Flip the patties. Assemble them.
They didn't have to go that hard on the animation. I liked it.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. You know what that scene reminded me of for some reason? It reminds me of like Fantasia or something.
Yeah, you know what? I can see it.
So yeah,
it's just super like detailed, and they didn't creative.
Yeah, very creative.
Super creative. And while Neptune is doing that, SpongeBob is taking his time with that one patty.
Right, he's like aiming the lettuce right. Yep. He slices the tomato super thin, assembles the what's it called, the patty on there, puts the ketchup on the little the pickles and tucks them in under the cheese.
Once upon a time,
right? Gives him a kiss, and then to Neptune's 1,000 burgers, SpongeBob only makes that one. So Neptune gets cocky and he's like, you only made one burger, da da da. So he gives his 1,000 burgers to everybody. Essentially, he brought Bikini Bottom to Atlantis. He gives everybody a burger. They take a bite. 1 second later, they're like, ew, they spit it out.
He sniffed it. Neptune smelled it. He sniffed it. He didn't even take a bite. He was like, ooh.
He was like, have you no taste buds? This is the best burger you'll ever eat. Blah, blah, blah. Made from a god. And they spit it out. And then he takes a burger. And then he's like, oh, what's wrong with this? He doesn't even eat it.
The people in Bikini Bottom are like, you eat it then.
Right, they're like, you eat it.
I'm convinced the people in Bikini Bottom suck.
They are quick to anger.
I'm telling you, like
they throw riots,
right?
Mobs in the street. They're crazy. What's wrong with them?
Listen, I'm telling you, if there's one,
they were about to Jump Neptune.
Right. If there's one town in animation that I would not want to live in, it's Bikini Bottom, because it's like, why do you guys hate each other and turn on each other?
Bro, like, it's so much chaos, whether it's coming from the town, coming from Spongebob, like, bruh.
But you know what? And Neptune learned the lesson. He was like, listen, you got to put love into it. And that was ultimately the lesson of it.
Because he eats SpongeBob's burger and he's like, oh, it was made with love.
Spits it out, eats it again.
Bro, when he did that, that was so disgusting.
Oh,
but it was hilarious.
So what was your favorite joke? And I would say the ending, but it's in the thing I would change.
Hands down. Patrick talking to Neptune.
Yep.
That is hands down the best part.
Yo!
So
he fried him to a crisp. He was just an outline of a star with crumbles.
So Neptune is finally accepts that SpongeBob pulled the spatula out of the grease. So he's like, all right, so if it was you, then I challenge you to the patty off. If you win, you get to be my fry cook and live in Atlantis. If you lose, you got to give up fry cooking altogether. Yep. So he's like, okay, there will be one challenge. And then Patrick is like, what? One challenge? That's all? He's talking trash to Neptune, and he fries the out of him. And then he turns into like a black crisp.
With eyes at first. With tiny eyes at first.
And then what did he say? Then he went to 2 challenges.
2 challenges.
He said 2 challenges. That's all. Make it 500.
Make it 500 and
zaps him again. He's like, oh, we'll just settle for 1. Yeah, so that was hilarious. Because why is he talking trash?
Legit. And even when he brings them back, like his face is on his his face is like on his pants.
Yo, he did him dirty.
Like
he was tripping.
Oh man, yeah, that's my favorite joke also.
Hands down.
All right, and meme-worthy moment. I think that I put the Mr. Krabs bet. So when, like, you know, SpongeBob's giving him the pep talk, he's like, oh, I have full faith in you, boy. And then the next scene, he's like, put it all on Neptune.
Yeah, that was a funny scene.
Like, that meme I've seen where it's like, yo. And even at the end, he's just like, he's crying when he thinks, you think it's because SpongeBob's about to leave and go to Atlantis. He's like, I lost me bet. I'm like,
hey, yo, he's such a cheapskate.
Krabs.
Cheapskate. He does not give a about SpongeBob.
So what was your...
But now, man, the meme-worthy moment is when Neptune eats SpongeBob's burger and then he spits it out and then he eats it again because it's so good.
All right, yeah.
And then everybody was like, ugh, even though they did the same thing.
Yup.
Even though they did, right. Hypocrites. The people on Bikini Bottom are people.
I'm telling you.
They are people.
They all suck. What would you change?
Oh my God! What would I change?
Because so I'll let you go first because with my thing I would change. I'm gonna spoil the ending. That's why.
I would have made the contest sooner, and then I would have had SpongeBob go to Atlantis and then come to that realization. You know, like sort of like how he stayed at the chum bucket for a little bit for that night or whatever.
Yeah,
something like that. Something like that.
I think
because that would have gave us a chance to like see Atlantis a little bit.
Yeah, and I know that they go to Atlantis like later on in the series, and even it just I feel like Neptune in general, like they didn't know what to do with him.
They did not know what to do.
Yeah, like his emotions changed everything, but the ending. So yeah,
it makes sense why he's there, but they didn't know what to do with him.
He also changes his look in the SpongeBob movie, also.
Yeah.
But,
Oh yeah, totally.
But
totally changes the.
yeah. So at the end, SpongeBob wins, and he's about to go to Atlantis, and then he's like, "Wait, I have another idea." And I'm thinking, okay, like maybe he's gonna make go to Atlantis, and like this is what I would change. He would go to Atlantis and teach whoever the cook is, or teach him how to make a burger, like Neptune. Like that to me would be a better ending. Like they're both in the kitchen,
or have him teach Neptune at Atlantis.
At Atlantis, exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I was just about to say. Like teach him at Atlantis. Like here you go. Like this is how you cut the meat. This is how and then he just gets frustrated. He's like, and they can still do the same joke.
Little montage or do a montage.
Or a montage, something.
Yeah.
But like just him using the magic and Spudder being like like something like that is do the same quote that they do in this.
Yeah.
The ending makes no sense. Neptune working at the Krusty Krab.
Right, like you're the king of the ocean, like
Patrick still has the face in front of his it's like, yo, good morning, Krusty Crew. Like just like, bro, like you realize you can't even eat your food right now. But like, I don't know, I never liked it. I just thought like at the end it's like they threw this together. It's a hodgepodge episode.
Yeah, they had a chance to show us Atlantis, but they didn't.
Now I'll say this brief. I'm gonna ask this brief question because listen, when this episode first aired, I'm thinking about it now. It taught you like how good a burger can be. So randomness. Since we've been talking about Krabby Patties and everything, what's your ideal burger?
My ideal burger.
It could be a fast food restaurant or best burger you had. Something.
So if I had to, oh my God. So this is like 2007. We had went to Florida because my sister was in AAU track. Okay. So we stayed at the Radisson, which back in the days, the Radisson was like, it was like you know how Stanford University isn't Ivy League, but it's such a prestigious. Yeah. Bro, if you were staying at the Radisson, you had money. Money. So we were staying at the Radisson. They got the pool. They got the hot tub. They got palm trees all over the pool area and stuff. The pool was huge. So there's like multiple pool areas. And so there's like a swim up restaurant / bar or whatever. Man, I swam up. It had this black Angus burger. I ate it like the whole time I was there in Orlando. So I would take that as, the patty for the burger. Give me like the fluffiest brioche you can find. Dang, what type of cheese do I want on that? Give me
cheddar. Come on.
Oh no.
Don't do American.
Nah, hell no, not American. Give me pepper jack. I'll go pepper jack.
Pepper jack.
A nice thick cut of pepper jack. Okay. Like that thick cut bacon, like that fat thick cut bacon. Like the crispiest piece of lettuce you can find. With still a little, the little specks of water on it. An over medium egg.
Ooh, all right.
An over medium egg. Let's see, what type of sauce do I want on that?
Like, yo.
You put some Chipotle mayo sauce on that. Whoo! The kid, I would ooze. All
right.
What's yours?
All right. So I know when it comes to the meat, it has to be something that for sure is like, I like a little bit of pink. So my burger, ideally speaking, if I want something like, I still believe that Five Guys, if you want like a nice fast food burger, that's your way to go because you can customize it the way you want. If you're thinking something sloppy, get a Checkers Champ burger. That's when it comes to fast food. Listen, when this episode came out, that was my ideal burger. But right now, listen, a nice burger with a little bit of pink, a a nice big onion ring on it. If you want to put like an egg, do a sunny side up egg with that. You go with the chipotle. I'm going with the cheddar. I'm going with the cheddar when it comes to that.
Oh, the cheese. You talk about the cheese. Okay.
Yeah, with the cheese and cheddar. But here's why. Just sprinkle a little bit of like some what is it, pulled pork? Have some pulled pork on there too.
Oh, okay, I see what you're doing, yeah.
With the tomato and lettuce and grilled sauteed onions and a little bit of mushroom.
I see what you're saying.
I am in ecstasy. Like, that is delicious. Do you not see the love on that burger?
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
So yeah, hands down, SpongeBob needs to be in the kitchen making these 2 burgers.
For sure.
All right, anything else?
Oh, quick question.
All right.
Have you ever tucked in your pickles?
You're asking that for the viewers or myself?
You.
No!
Or if the viewer. I did.
I might tuck you. Really?
Yep. Put a little face on the cheese and stuff like that.
You know
I
what?
did that before.
Look on our Instagram page. Maybe we might show our tucking in
Tucking in burgers.
Yeah. I might do that now.
That's funny.
Next burger. I'm hungry now.
Yes.
All right. So we're about to go eat. So until next time, this is Jared.
This kills.
Another episode of Bikini Bottom Banter in the bag.
Thanks for tuning in to another fantastic episode of Bikini Bottom Banter. Don't forget to follow Bikini Bottom Banter on TikTok and Instagram for even more content. Subscribe to them on YouTube and Anchor, plus turn on bell notifications to be updated on their latest episode. And if you've got your own jellyfishing stories or favorite SpongeBob moments, remember to share them with us. You might just hear them on our next episode. So until then, stay bubbly, keep smiling, and remember, subscribe to Bikini Bottom Banter to know all the under the sea.